In this video, you will learn the 5 keys to make him respect you even if he never has before. Hi, I'm Brody Boyd, and I'm actually the husband of Antia, and I've been helping single men to attract the right woman for them for over 16 years, so I have a unique perspective into how the male brain works and what makes them tick to help you with this part in particular, how to make a man respect you. So I'm really excited to dive in these points. And make sure to also stay to the very end of this video because I'll have some amazing, very special free gifts for you at the end as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So key number 5 is it's far better to be feared than to be liked. Whoa, that's a bold statement. Well, this actually comes, I originally heard this statement from Niccolo Machiavelli, which was a political philosopher in Renaissance Italy. He was a political philosopher, and he gave this statement towards politicians and leaders on how to be respected by their people. And so this actually applies to all human relationships as well, especially in dating. So he said it's far better to be feared than to be liked. I would actually say in here, it's far better to be respected than to be liked. But fear and respect, they're actually very similar. They're like brother and sister. So what does this mean? Well, it means that if you want a man's respect, it's actually better that he has some fear that he may, like, for example, lose you than that he just likes you. And he says, oh, she's so great. She's always there when I need her. She's so available. She does everything I want. She's so kind. She's so nice. There's no respect there. That happens for all people. You lose respect for somebody when they don't have anything at stake. There's nothing at stake. They know that they can get you to do whatever they want, and that's like the anti-respect. That's like when we get into the realm of the nice guy or the nice girl or the doormat. So to be feared is to be respected, and some of the main ways you can do that, like I said, is knowing that he might lose you if he's on bad behavior, that you're willing to walk away, that you're willing to date other men, that you're willing to make yourself available, that you are maybe, you'll tell other people if he's on bad behavior, so you may fear for his reputation. There's lots of ways you can do it, but that's the main concept, just owning that concept that it's better to be respected than to be liked or loved. It's far better to be respected because respect, also this is what Niccolo Machiavelli said, the reason why is because respect and fear is under your control. Being liked is under their control. You don't have control whether someone likes you or loves you. They can take that away at any moment. But you have control whether they respect you because that's dependent on your actions. They can't help but respect you if you're doing the right actions or fear you if you're doing the right actions or if they know you could do the right actions. So that's why it's so important, and that's why it's key to getting that respect. Key number 4 to be respected by him much more is to take better care and value yourself. Take care of and value yourself. How can someone respect you if you don't respect yourself first? How can someone value you if you don't respect yourself first? So the key here is to take care of yourself. And how do you do that? You do that through even small ways as well as big ways. So some of the small ways would be basic things like getting grooming when you need it, taking care of, if you have cavities in your teeth, if you have some health challenges, if you're, taking care of your nails, taking care of your hair, taking care of your body, all those different things where you are showing to yourself with your actions, I value myself. I'm making sure I feel good about me. Dressing nicely, keeping your clothes clean. If there's rips, you're either not wearing that piece of clothing or getting it fixed. It's little things like that because it shows that level of care for yourself, which other people pick up on. So you have to really focus on that first. It starts with you, your health, your mindset, your mental health, your emotional health, your hygiene, your well-being, your appearance, all those little ways. And the bigger ways would be actually doing things like we mentioned before, like having high standards, setting boundaries, valuing your time. Are people able to just take your time whenever they want, take your energy whenever they want? You have to take care of that. You have to value that first yourself and make sure you're doing things for you as well. You're doing things that you value, that you love, that are filling you up, filling up that cup first. Before you fill up everyone else, just like on the airplane. You got to put your mask on first before you put other people's masks on. That's going to help increase respect immensely with other people because they're going to see you respecting yourself clearly through your actions and behavior. Key number 3 to get a man's respect and to get people's respect in general is to take pride in your femininity. Take pride in your femininity. So what this means is what I've noticed working with men and working with women for a while is that oftentimes we repress different parts of ourselves. We say, oh, that's silly. Oh, it's, that other woman, she's so girly, or she's so, like, we judge other people and women. You may judge other women for being, a doormat or the nice girl, but that's called projection in psychology. That's when somebody holds a mirror up to us and we don't like what we see in them because we also don't like when we see it in ourselves. So femininity can be one of those things. So we'll see other women and we'll say, oh, she's so silly. Oh, she's girly, or she's, weak, or she's letting people walk over her. But then what happens if you repress that feminine part inside of yourself, you're actually disrespecting that part of yourself. And you're saying, I don't like that part. I don't own that part. And men can pick up on that as well. So it's about owning your feminine, owning your feminine pride in yourself, and that girly part of you, that womanly part of you that's different than a man, actually loving that part and loving all parts of you, embracing all parts of you. Also your masculine, embracing all parts of you and saying, I value those parts. I bring love to those parts, because men are going to feel that, and men are going to say, wow, they're going to feel that you're confident. They're going to feel that you're valuable. And also, because feminine energy is what attracts the masculine, when you're loving that feminine part of yourself, when you're able to embrace it with pride, there's no shame. There's no this false front that some women will put on, that they're trying to be strong, they're trying to be intimidating, they're trying to be masculine because they don't like that feminine part. Men can feel that, and it actually shows insecurity. It actually shows insecurity that men pick up on, and they say, wow, she's not fully loving herself. She's not embracing herself. So of course he's thinking this as an emotion, as subconscious, but those are the kind of feelings that he'll get. So embrace all parts of yourself, especially the feminine parts that are different than a man, with pride. Even your sexuality, your womanhood, whatever you want to put on it, whatever word you want to put on it, embrace that with pride, because that's going to help a man feel like, wow, she's feminine and confident. That's attractive. Key number two to having a man respect you is to study self-improvement. Now, a quick story. In my first relationship, I kind of stumbled into my first relationship. I used to be what you might call an emotionally unavailable man. And when I was in college, I got into my first relationship sort of by accident, even though I'd been working a long time to get better with meeting women, which is why I struggled in my dating before, and I studied it, and I became a dating coach for men. But when I stumbled into my first relationship, things were okay, and I think we were drawn to each other just from I had this kind of protector instincts. I wanted to protect her, but it was also partly so I didn't have to be vulnerable, so I could be the one in control and I can keep her at a distance, which was my avoidant part, right? However, one thing that was a big sticking point for us in our relationship that caused me to lose respect was that she wasn't studying. She wasn't growing herself. She wasn't working on herself, and she had lots of issues, as did I. But I didn't feel like that sense of growth, that sense of development. And so I started to lose respect in some ways, and that caused me to be even more distant, even more avoidant in the relationship, communicate even less and things like that. And so it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good for either of us. It wasn't healthy. But that was one of the big pieces, was that the self-improvement piece. And I think that's a key to having a man respect you, especially if he's more avoidant, is to see that you are taking care of yourself in the sense of you're growing. You're improving. You're working towards a better version of you. You're not just accepting the status quo. That commands respect, because that shows, hey, he may start to feel, whoa, she's growing a lot. If I'm not growing, if I'm not keeping up with that, I might start falling behind. And it's admirable when you're growing as well. And you have to own that too, and you have to say, that's you. Take that on as an identity, that you're a woman who is growing, who's improving. I mean, you're doing it right now by watching this video. So keeping on that trajectory, getting coaching around it, joining a program, whatever it might take, a class. When you grow, you are improving your value, period. You're improving your value as a human, as a woman, and that commands respect. Again, a lot of respect, you're seeing a theme here. A lot of respect is based on value. What's your value of yourself, and what's your actual value in the world, which you cultivate by cultivating yourself. So super important key, and something that I don't think a lot of people talk about. So study self-improvement. And finally, key number one, which is a big part of what me and my wife, me and Antia talk about in our Magnetize Your Man program, is what we call being the queen. Be the queen, not the doormat or the bitch. Be the queen. The queen. Put that crown right on top. Now, what is the queen and how is it different than the doormat or the bitch? So basically, if you imagine a spectrum here, we also talk about it in our book, by the way. There's a copy right there. Here's also a copy. Read about it more in our book, Magnetize Your Man, available on Amazon. Yeah, so basically imagine a spectrum. On one side, you have a doormat, which is a woman or a man who is basically gives up their value, does what everyone else wants, doesn't set any boundaries, overly submissive, overly anxious usually, insecure. And then you have on the other side, you have the bitch, which is more like, I don't care, you can go F yourself, I'm going to do my thing. Really good at setting boundaries. In fact, too much, like becomes more aggressive, disrespects other people, walks over other people, crosses boundaries herself. So pretty much the opposite of the doormat as far as you can go. Well, then in the middle, you have the golden mean, which is the queen. The queen is actually a perfect balance of the doormat and the bitch. So imagine that you have within yourself this ability to be bitch-like, setting boundaries, saying no, doing what you want to do, taking care of yourself, looking out for yourself first. But then you also have this ability to be warm, soft, understanding, caring, and approachable. And then that's what brings those two together is the queen. The queen has both. She can be a bitch when she needs to be over here. She can be the doormat when she needs to be as well, in the right moments. But in general, she's right there in the middle, the balance. That commands respect with a man because it shows you have both. You can be caring, and but also that warmth draws him in. That warmth draws him in. So you have that respect, and he says, "Whoa, this is a woman of value, high value woman. I can see in my life. I can see actually having a partnership with. I would respect her. I would admire her. I would want to be a better man because of her. And I also am drawn to her because of her warmth, her femininity, her kindness, her caring, her compassion." That will really draw a man in, that nurturing, that mother energy almost of the doormat. That, which, in that sense, we don't want to usually really use that word, but that will draw him in because that perfect balance is irresistible. It is amazing for a man to feel that from a woman. So that will increase the respect and have him really want to be with you and really want to treat you like a queen, even if he never has before in the past. Awesome. Those were the 5 keys to having him respect you, even if he never has before. So what's next? What's next in your journey? Well, first off, please like, comment, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this from me and my wife and other experts. Secondly, we've created an amazing course for you to actually master a lot of these skills, which is how to be the queen. And then also we created our Magnetize Your Man quiz, which you can get on our website by going to magnetizeyourman.com, or we also have a link you can click over here or in the description and get a personalized strategy for how to attract the right high quality man for you. Those are our gifts. Hope this was helpful. Much love, and we look forward to talking to you in our next powerful video coming very soon.